Welcome to the 9 to 5, boys. I am one of the hosts. I'm Gil. This is Eric.
Hello.
As many of you have noticed probably from the last episode, I've done something a little different to my face. You can
Yeah.
see my chin actually now. The chin I have hid for so long with the beard. Um, which I'm honestly, man, I'm not proud of the move. It's not like I'm not proud of it. It's not that I'm not double negative. Doesn't really. Anyway, I'm not particularly satisfied with the move, with the trimming of the beard. I preferred it when it was like lengthy and more full. This feels kind of like the Jonah Hill beard, and it's like this is like it's fine, but it's also like I miss being able to like I'll be in like session when like a client's talking about the most horrific shit that's ever happened to them. I'll be like, yes, tell me, and like I don't have a beard to like rub. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I have some beard, I guess, but like not a lot. So
No, I feel you, man. It's like me stroking 5 o'clock shadow. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Yeah.
facts, dude.
Yeah.
It feels like that. It's gotten a little thicker though. It was very much shorter, a little shorter in the beginning of the week because I shaved on. We're recording this Monday, so I shaved like not this last Saturday, but the one before.
Yeah.
So yeah, like it's getting thicker now, and I can't wait for it to go back into full. I'm pretty sure like another month and a half, it'll be like back to where it used to be. So
I think you should be a little bit more disappointed in the fact that, like, hold up, hold up. Oh,
oh yeah, we got a cheers, man. We didn't even do that.
cheers.
What are you drinking?
I am drinking a new beer from my job. It is. Hold up. I don't know if the camera is going to be able to catch this. It is.
Oh, the Cal Poly Gold. I saw them post that on Instagram, dude.
Yeah, dude. It is. It is the most fire fucking thing they've made so far. Like, oh my god.
So what is it? Is it like an ale? Is it a
It's a lager. It's a very crisp, light
gold
lager.
lager? Okay,
Yeah.
nice.
And basically, to those out there who's interested in what it tastes like, it's basically like our 805 Cerveza, just minus the lime. Like, no lime included, period. It is basically the same fucking recipe.
Oh, that's interesting, man. That must be like very like it's very much like a summer drink. It must feel like.
Oh, dude, you can literally crush 4 of these in like 20 minutes. Like, it's insane how light it is.
I mean, that can be good and bad depending on who the audience is, whoever may decide to do that. Speaking of having chaotic weekends, I just had my 25th birthday this weekend.
Yeah, quarter of a
And we
century year
did,
old.
yeah, dude, fucking, Queen dies a day before I turn 25. Let's go, dude.
Bruh.
That was a whole event. I'm like, we'll get to that in a sec. But anyway, so like my birthday, right? So like it was on a Friday, and so it was Thursday. We like went out and we were gonna do. My idea was to do a pub crawl. So like the band comes over to my place, and like I think it was the band and it was Cameron who showed up, and like we pregame to my place with a couple shots. I had
You may
like
want to mention that your friend Jackson is in a band, hence why the band showed up.
well, yeah. So it's like there's Jackson, there's Nate, and there's Fabian. So Jackson's the lead singer of Straight Jacket from Sunnyvale, California. Fabian is the bassist. He's getting those sweet licks, and Nate is the young Travis Barker drummer that they need. You know, he's fucking. He's such a. I love the whole band. I love the band as a whole, but like Nate, if you're listening, I fucking love you, man. You're like one of the realest guys I know. He's just very like he's very much an artist, and he's not afraid to like show that, and he's also like just really entertaining. Like he just does great bits. So anyway, so the band came over, and so we had like shots, and I had like four total before we even left the apartment. And then we stumbled over to a pizza place down the street. I got some pizza. I had a beer, and then I think it was one beer at the first bar. We went to this one bar that was like across the street from the pizza place. Here in Santa Clara, and so it was we went to that first bar, and like we had a few drinks, we played some darts. I think I only had one beer there, but it was only the second bar we didn't even really get past, because that's kind of where the pub crawl ended. It didn't really become much of a crawl, but that was fine. I mean, I was happy to get drunk, and like I had like four beers there, I think, and 3 of which I tried to tornado. One was almost successful. I think the other two. One of the other two made a slight mess, but that was fine.
For those of you who don't know what a tornado is, it's basically where you take a bottle of beer and then you stick it around your mouth like this, you swirl it, then tilt it back as it shoots down your throat like a tornado effect.
You know what I did? You know how I fucked that up? I'm just, as you're explaining this, I just realized is I was so drunk. I didn't even shake before I tilted back. I tilted back and then I shook. I did the reverse order. And I think that's what fucked me.
That's where you fucked up. Yeah.
And so I should have just twirled. I was drunk. And so like that was fun. But what happened, man? So we were hanging out there. We played like beer pong. I'm pretty sure I met this one guy who he says he has the hookup for DMT. It's interesting. So I think I do have his number. Huh?
Have you ever done DMT? Joe Rogan podcast. Have you ever done DMT?
We're becoming the Joe Rogan podcast. You know what? I'll hit him up. I'll fucking take it. In a week we'll be Joe Rogan, dude.
God, the bargain bin Joe Rogan.
Yeah, for real.
The fucking 99-cent store, Joe Rogan.
Dollar Tree Joe Rogan with, like, I guess because I'm a psychologist, we could call myself Jordan Peterson, even though I don't fucking care for that guy. But anyway, so, like...
Fuck Jordan Peterson. You can quote me on that.
You know, honestly, yeah, I'm gonna stick to my fucking guns. He's a cunt, man. I don't give a fuck. He's an idiot. He's an idiot. But, so then on my actual birthday, I woke up very hungover, naturally, because we had a lot. And then, that night, the boys had a show, and the show was all the fuck out in, like, Petaluma, which is like I don't know if you're, like, familiar or anything. It's like an hour-and-a-half drive, at least. With the traffic, it took me and Fabian, like, 2 hours, because we took separate cars. Like, I think Jack took the band van, with all the stuff with Nate, and then, Fabian and I took his little Honda, and... I'm pretty sure I also got really stoned the next day. I took like, I was like thinking this smart, I thought I was so smart. I was like, I'm going to get rid of the hangover and also get really blasted on my birthday. So like I was going to take a 10 milligram edible each hour on the hour. And I did. And so from like, I took one at 9, 10, 11, and then at noon, I switched to a 25 mil. So like I had like almost 60 milligrams worth of weed in my system hitting me by like 1 o'clock or like 1:30, dude, and like I was so fucking gone. I was like, can I even go to the show tonight? Like, what the fuck? And then like it was good because Fabian drove, so then I fell asleep like in his car, kind of I was like half asleep, half listening to the podcast he put on, which like I don't know how this is gonna reflect. We both recognize like Louis C.K. is a bad person, but like there was a Tom Segura and like his wife, I guess, had like a podcast, and they had him on. It was interesting to to listen to. I was gonna say watch, but it was interesting to listen to.
I think in like terms of like terrible people, like Louis C.K. did some like terrible things. Don't get me fucking wrong.
But it's kind of like on the low bar, right? Like ethically speaking, like it's on the lower end of the spectrum.
Yeah, it's like we unfortunately set the bar low because we had like so many other shittier people doing shittier things that like whatever he did was like pretty mid on the scale, which.
Well, yeah, like if you consider, like I think like that's what helps is like comparing it to like or the Harvey Weinsteins or
the Kevin Spaceys,
or the fucking Kevin Spaceys. Yeah, it's like, dude, it's like comparatively speaking, like it's not too bad.
Or the Jeffrey Epsteins. Yeah.
Yeah, this feels very much like that bit that Pete Davidson does in his special. He's like, he was considered a great comedian, at the time, like, like. But
no, the thing that bugs me is that fucking like Sarah Silverman knew exactly what Louis C.K. was doing, but she thought it was funny. So like she didn't like warn anyone else about what he's up to.
No, I forgot that she was also kind of involved in that. Like she got roped into it a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, like, I can't. I would be horrified if a guy just whipped out his dick and started jerking off. I will be honest. I would be very horrified, whether I be a man or a woman. But
Yeah,
Yeah, it's just it's a weird thing, but it's like it's not. I'm not justifying his actions. I'm not saying like he should be forgiven or something. But like it was he made a he's it's very much reflective of how good he is at his job, or I guess his previous job. I don't know if he's still. He was saying he was kind of getting work. Like he's touring in fucking different countries because they're the ones who are like, yeah, it's fine.
dude. He
We're bringing
almost
out the
ended
women.
up.
They do it every Saturday, you know, like.
He almost did a show in the Ukraine during the early days of the fucking war. Like,
Oh yeah, he was willing to continue with that. I remember that being like it was a back and forth. They were like, "You got to cancel, dude. There's like a fucking war going on."
yeah, and I'm just like, this was also around the same time that like Ukraine was like, okay, anyone between the ages of like 18 to like 60 who can like fight in this war, you're getting a gun. So I'm just imagining if fucking Louis C.K. showed up and they didn't know who the fuck he was, and they just give him a Kalashnikov saying, "Yeah, go fight the war."
Dude, that would be like okay, that would be the joke for his comeback special. Like if he had like a big comeback special at Netflix, that would be the fucking bit he tells. Like he's like, I'm just over here trying to do like a comedy show, and I got drafted into a fucking war. Like it's crazy. Like like
That would be
that'd be
his redemption
insane.
arc. He would redeem himself in America by becoming a
By
fucking war
fighting
hero in the Ukraine.
fighting for Ukraine, dude. That would be now he's got to do it. But
Yeah,
no,
exactly. It's
he made this
PR.
like it's PR, dude. His legal team asked like, "What are you doing?" He's like, I'm getting my name back."
I'm getting my good boy credits right now.
Getting my good point credits, dude. He made a joke in the podcast. He said, they were talking about his show Louis, which actually was. I mean, again, I'm separating the art from the artist. It was a good show. He's kind of like a iffy person. If he fought for Ukraine, though, I might have a different opinion.
Yeah. Oh my god.
But might hold a different. Gotta respect the war heroes, even if they jerked off in front of women in the past. But
Exactly. I mean, honestly, out of all the things
without
that
the
like
consent, I should make that clear. Like it's actually like I mean, again, this isn't comparing to like Louis C.K. in any way. Like I'm not justifying his shit or saying it's okay, but it's like when it's consensual with a partner and like you guys are jerking off together, it's like it's cool. But like when it's like what John Oliver said. It's like when sex is like boxing, right? It's like if one of the parties isn't hasn't agreed to it, the other one is committing a crime. You know what I mean? Like
shit, that John Oliver man, he's fucking wise. Goddamn.
but anyway, to circle back, so in the podcast, he makes a joke. They're like talking about how good Louis was, and he's like, "Yeah, and they just canceled it for no fucking reason. I have no idea why. No idea,
No idea, huh?
because they canceled it after the allegations came out. He was laughing about that. He was joking about what happened.
Oh, Louis, why did they cancel your show? Aha, beats me.
That was really good. That was...
Keep in mind, that's probably gonna be the best joke tonight.
It might be the topper, and we're only fucking 10 minutes in, or even 15. How long have we been recording? Anyway,
Almost 15. Yeah.
So yeah, so like back to expand further. I go on these fucking tangents, I swear to God. And so like, but to expand further, I was like, we were driving up to the show. The show was sweet. We saw that first night. Who was playing the Phoenix Theater? It was definitely. Oh, it was Loose Leisure, which is like a cool little like. They're kind of like an indie psychedelic rock kind of band. I think is the vibe. And then. Oh, Rat Bastard Radio played. Rat Bastard Radio is like this sweet, like local metal band, and they were like hella cool, and everyone was so nice, and like, I was talking to like one of the guitarists and the drummer and the fucking bassist. The bassist was hella cool. Like he worked at the store we went to the next day. I'll get into that in a little bit. And then there was another band that I don't recall, and I wish I did. I know there was a fourth band, but it'll come to me, I swear to God. But so we went to that, and then we were up in Petaluma, and so it's like a fucking another hour and a half drive to get back after we did, the 2+ hour drive up. And so we're like, I guess Jack had the link to like a cottage, like out in like fucking near Santa Rosa, because like, it's this girl's parents' place and stuff, which is cool. And like he was dog sitting anyway. Like he promised to go check on their dog, and so we kind of had an excuse to be there. So we crashed there that night. In this suite, it's like a little remote thing. It's like you go through a gate. You have to like punch in a code. It's a blocked off bunch of acres, dude. It's fucking like field and stuff, right? So it's like in this,
Holy
it's
shit.
this little house in the middle of that shit, and it's not like vast, wide range, but it's also like it is pretty sizable to a city boy who lives in a studio apartment that's 300 fucking square feet. But um, it's very small, and so but I like this home, but no, the cottage was sweet. It was cool as fuck. We got there. I had a tall boy a Bud Light and clocked out shortly thereafter because I was very high and very drunk. It was my birthday. Excuse me. And then Saturday was cool because we woke up there. We were hanging out, kind of lazing. Fucking Jack made some like fucking French press coffee to eat. Like sweet. It was fucking awesome. And then we went to a farmer's market that was like in the local like area, and so we went to that, and like I bought like a bucket hat, and I got pancakes and like bacon and eggs from this like food truck, which was like really cool. Like the eggs were pretty good, bacon was nice and crispy, but like the pancakes were like they were honestly like kind of mid. I mean like they were kind of I'll be honest, like they. How would I describe it? They were very like I don't know how to like it's like not fluffy, not as fluffy as it should be. I mean there was some fluff, but like not. I would say it's mid, right? Because like I'd give it like a 5 out of 10 because like it was fluffy, but not super fluffy. It was actually pretty stiff, and like they were soft and they mixed well with the syrup and the butter, but like I don't know. They didn't really hit as well as I wanted them to, which was fine. But then we went to like this. First, we went to a guitar store and I picked up a sweet little fucking Squire Telecaster. And I just picked up the amp from my buddy Fabian yesterday because he promised me that. And I was testing it out, dude. It sounds nice and shit. It was cool. I found this one setting that has like a kind of like doom metal vibe. I can't remember.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, for the audience at home, I've never played guitar. I just bought this so I could learn electric guitar. I want to like get good at that shit. I want to make some psychedelic rock and like play that. It'd be sweet. But no, so we shopped. So we went to Loud and Clear was what it was called. It was a music shop in Petaluma where the bassist to Rat Bastard Radio worked at. So we went to visit him, and we're also just kind of peeping the selection. And I was like, well, we're here. Why don't I just pick up a guitar? Because I was thinking to go to like the Starving Musicians in Santa Clara, which is like hella cheap gear. But like this one I got for like fucking before taxes was like $225, bro. It's like crazy. And I got the cord and some picks, and then Fabian gave me the amp. So like in total it was like under $300. You're getting me a stand, which is nice, and then Mom is getting. I'll get back in a minute.
I'm getting you 2 stands because I'm giving you an acoustic guitar I got from like eBay for like $30.
Wait, dude, that was $30 on eBay?
Yeah. Yeah, you want to see it?
Yeah, bring it out. I'll bring mine out too.
Oh, okay. Well. This bitch probably dusty.
Ugh. Headphones back on.
Oh, hold up.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm fucking left-handed, so
Yeah,
I have to play it like upside down.
Yeah, you're like that must be hard for you. So
well, if Jimi Hendrix can do it, I can fucking do it.
that's facts. This is the telly I got. This thing's fucking sweet, man.
Dude, that's fucking rad, bro. I got this.
It's a nice guitar, man. Don't be talking shit, you know, like
it's a like Rima is what it's called.
It's a what now?
A Lagrima.
A Lagrima, okay.
Yeah, I mean it's mirrored on my screen, but I assume you can see it in the camera.
Oh yeah, I can see it. Okay, yeah. It says Lagrima, so you're chilling. I just want to make sure that doesn't fall. I just set it down. It's a sweet little guitar, man.
Yeah, no, your fucking guitar is sick, bro. Like, you got good taste.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Jack helped me pick it out.
Yeah, of course he would, because he's a professional after all. I'm just an amateur.
Yeah, so like we went to the music shop and we picked up I picked up the guitar and stuff. And Nate saw this really nice Fender, dude, that was like fucking like racing red, and it was like beautiful and looked super like retro.
Was it like a Jazz Master?
I think it was a Jazz Master. Yeah, it was a Fender Jazz Master. Dude. Yeah. It was $500 though. I was like, man, I kind of want this too. Like Nate was looking at it, like, man, I could really use this, like, which
well, yeah, because like
I couldn't really. He's the drummer, but anyway.
Well, because fucking Fenders are like one of the best guitars out there. Seriously, like.
I don't know much about guitar, so. Well, again, that's why I brought my musician friends when I bought my guitar. So.
Personally, I think Gibsons are a little overhyped and a little overpriced. I think Fenders are much more exactly what you need when you want to make a great sound in most genres of music, while also not like paying an arm and a fucking leg for like an over the top piece of equipment.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, totally, man. So it's like, yeah, but I'm very happy with the purchase I made. So that's rad. And then there was another show we went to because there was this band Moms with Bangs playing, and it was so we had misheard, I guess. So our friend Taylor was telling us that it was like their last show like ever, but like it wasn't. It was their last show with their current drummer.
Oh,
I think it was the drummer because like he was going off to school, which is like that's chill. And so, but it was a sweet show, man. It was a sweet gig. There was Van Gogh was playing. There was a really crazy band, dude, that you have to like. I highly recommend. This is like some really experimental level shit, but I love it.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's called Gumby's Junk.
Gumby's Junk. Is it spelled exactly how I expect it to be spelled?
It is spelled exactly with the possessive apostrophe and everything.
Oh my god!
So like, it's sweet, man, and so like, it was crazy. They're like, it's these two girls, both on like guitar and bass, and the guy drummer, and they like, it's just like some weird like psychedelic, like just very like out there kind of stuff. It's very there. I was listening to their album Apple House on the way home on the drive from Petaluma. Man, that shit goes hard, dude. That shit goes hard, man.
Dude.
It's crazy.
Dude, there was one group I heard about, and this was through the one of the many YouTube channels that I watch, Internet Today. One of them mentioned a band called Chat Pile, so I was like, okay, I'm curious to see what this is. I look them up, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's fucking like sludge metal that is just like, it sounds like some shit that like a pissed off 20-something-year-old like plays in Oklahoma. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like imagine now, dude. You know what I mean?
Like it's good, but it's like it's not for everyone. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Like,
I think that's how I would describe this band too, because like they're very like a King Crimson or like King Giz like vibe. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, it's like it's a specific niche of like audience. Like
it's a very very specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
But very cool. I definitely recommend you check them out. I was watching. And I was like baked out of my mind, so I was like, "This is fucking like awesome."
Well, that's also kind of like how you should listen to some bands. Like Led Zeppelin, you can listen to both, like not sober and like under the influence. Same with Pink Floyd.
You should always. I think absolutely the first thing that someone should do when they do shrooms is to listen to Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon, just front to back. You know what I mean? Like that's a phenomenal record, and like you'll just get lost in it. It's only like it's under a fucking hour long. It's like a really short record too.
Yeah.
But it doesn't feel short because it's this weird sound effect. That's some other shit that Gumby's Junk was doing. They've got some like very Pink Floyd vibes, dude. It's crazy, especially like early Pink Floyd. Early Pink Floyd was fucking dummy, dude. Their first two albums were like insane.
And the reason why, Sid fucking Barrett, like he was the creative genius behind that fucking band. And as soon as like he lost his fucking mind, they kind of like struggled to like really make some unique, definitive sound. They killed it with Dark Side of the Moon. Don't get me wrong, but like they had some serious struggles after that. It's like, how do you fucking top Dark Side of the Moon, bro?
how do you follow it up? But they did. They followed it up with "Wish You Were Here," man.
Exactly, which has one of my favorite tracks of all time, "Shine on You, Crazy Diamond," which is actually directly inspired by their boy Sid Barrett. He is the crazy diamond they're talking about.
They want him to shine on, dude, because
Yeah.
he tripped so much and LSD. All got our fixes. That's why I work in substance abuse treatment.
Yeah, like, dude, like, that's the thing that bugged me the most about, like, the Chris D'Elia thing. For those of the who do not know, Chris D'Elia, the comedian.
Oh wait, wasn't he like Snapchatting like 16-year-olds?
Yeah, he was messaging 16-year-olds, and I think rumor, okay, because I don't know the actual facts or anything, but he might have been trying to sex them. So,
Oh wow.
yeah.
But like, did he know the age? Like, that makes a difference.
No,
I
he
mean,
he
it makes a small difference.
he full blown knew. Like the thing that
Oh,
caught him, like visually, like this was the moment you know he fucked up. Was he was using Snapchat because that shit like does not get saved. It gets deleted immediately afterward, right?
well, it's like after 24 hours, it goes away. Is like the deal.
Yeah, so that was his scapegoat. But like the interviewer like talking to him said like people can screenshot those, right? Like that they can save them that way. He's like, oh, huh.
Well, like that's the thing too. Is like but I think like with Snapchat, you can screenshot, but it sends the other person a notification that you screenshotted. So then like what you could do is you could like also like to prevent that from going out, you might be able to grab someone else's phone and take a picture or something, and so maybe that's how they probably could have also done it, you know?
Yeah, but no, my original point is that in a Chris D'Elia comedy special that he had, he was talking about like different vices and whatnot in people's lives. Like he talked about how he doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke weed, he doesn't do any like drugs like that or anything. And I'm just like, really? No drugs or anything like that in your life, like ever?
I
And
don't
I'm just,
understand straight edge people.
yeah, and I'm just thinking this dude's got something in his fucking closet because like, oh my god,
Whether it be drinking, smoking pot, gaming. I was even talking to Jack. Jack was like, "Yeah, I'm addicted to music." I was like, "Yeah, but that's like a good habit to have." You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
you're like strumming the guitar instead of. I mean, like you get calluses and shit, but like you're like strumming the guitar instead of like shooting fucking heroin in your needle or heroin in your arm. You know what I mean? Like, um, that's that's helpful. But anyway, man, it's. Yeah, so it's I that's straight edge people. Again, a lot of my job, like it's very much people find comfort within the AA model, and that's like cool. Um, but maybe that's like another addiction because I knew this one guy like I worked with, and like I don't want to denigrate religion in any way, right? Like whatever helps like fix you, it's like it's cool. You can do whatever you want, but like this guy was just like very like he was every conversation you'd have with him, almost every conversation, like involved God or something. And then one of the very first things he asked me was like, "Have you ever gone to church?" And he was talking about like, he which was led to an awkward conversation because I haven't been to church since I was like really baptized, I think. But so he explained that he had like found Jesus after like being like addicted to alcohol and like women and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that's cool, man. Like whatever like helps you sleep at night, man. But like you don't have to push that shit on me all the time. Like it's cool. Like I don't know. Don't need to be. You can lead the life you want to lead, man. But like don't have to like force that down my throat. Like it's cool. Whatever. I that's why I think that's what makes me very good at my job. Is like I think the necessity for I'm not a licensed therapist, but the necessity for someone to be a therapist or a social worker or a counselor or whatever it may be is you need to be non-judgmental. Like I don't judge people for what they do. Like I've got clients who like they'll be in the creek doing meth and I'm like, you know what, man, you're fucking living. Like I'm not gonna judge. um that's like whatever, you're fucking homeless, you're in a creek, like what's better, like being in the creek and sober or being in the creek and like loaded out of your mind, you know what I mean? Like um it's, I mean, like, really, it's like, it's whatever helps you fit, whatever helps you fucking sleep at night, man. Well, I mean, meth isn't going to help you sleep, but, like,
Yeah.
it's going to help you something. But, yeah, no, it's like, it's really just, like, whatever, man. I don't fucking, I don't, it's I try to encourage like sobriety is probably the best thing, especially like again if you're like addicted to meth, like that's probably one thing you should not be doing in moderation, unless you're like an Air Force pilot.
Yeah.
But
No,
it's like it's just whatever, man. Do your thing.
honestly,
Whatever helps
like
you, man.
for those who are like addicted to religion, who use like going to church every Sunday, reading from the good book and whatnot, and just living your life by that example. I'm fine with people living that life.
I'm cool with that.
It's not for me. Like, you don't have to push on me. That's cool. Like, do
If you, I
you?
mean, if you say God bless you, like I'll be like God bless you, bro. Like it's fucking. I appreciate the sentiment. Like I'm not, but it's like whatever.
Yeah, I never have a problem with people getting addicted to religion. I have a problem with people who use religion to justify doing terrible things to each other.
Oh,
That's where I
absolutely,
draw the
yeah.
line. Yeah, like if you're just gonna be like, oh, God is good, God is great, and then just be like an overly positive person, it'll weird me out just a little bit for sure. But honestly, if that's like what makes them the best kind of person, I'm all for it. I am
If that's what's
100%.
gonna make you a good person,
Yeah.
fucking go for it, man. Wasn't there was something that Texas did? It was like rejecting. Oh, it was like doctors reject like a fucking doctors can turn down like treatments for like HIV or whatever.
What the fuck? Wait, is that real? Like, what the
Hold on a
fuck?
sec. I gotta like figure out me because I saw it on Twitter.
Well, I wouldn't believe everything on Twitter, but okay.
Oh, Texas judge says HIV drug mandate violates religious freedom. A Texas judge ruled that companies cannot be required to provide coverage for PrEP, an HIV prevention drug, because it violates their religious freedom. That's the shit I'm not okay with. You know what I mean? If you're one of those cunts, fuck you. You can
Yeah,
take that from the 9 to 5, boys. Go fuck yourself.
go fuck yourself. Jesus Christ. Oh my god. You know what? I'm gonna jerk off to your boy Jesus.
That'll show him.
Yeah.
You ever like now? I'm just picturing like those pictures of Jesus where he's like trying to like take the heroin from the guy, like
Oh yeah.
save him from that and shit like that. Like I'm thinking like it's like one of those posters, inspirational ones, but like he's giving you a Dutch rudder, like you know what I mean, like he's the one jerking you off, you know what I mean, like because like his hand is now your hand, but it's on his arm, so it's like.
Yeah, it's both you
But
and
now,
him.
but it's gotta be a double if you're jerking him off. So you gotta morph into his hand and jerk him off, dude.
Well, technically you're both jerking off together, so I mean, if anything, it's an experience.
Yeah, but like a double Dutch rudder, it's like got to be both parties are jerking off simultaneously. And
True.
they're kind
True.
of indirectly jerking each other off. By the transitive property, they're jerking each other off because like you grab his. Anyway, yeah, that's just. But no, yeah, you should. That should be. That was the thing that popped into my head when you mentioned that.
The first thing I thought
Jerking
of
off to Jesus, man.
The first thing I thought of when you brought that up, the whole fucking heroin thing, the famous
Like
painting, you know
posters,
the
yeah.
one. The first thing I thought of, Jesus, take the dick.
Jesus, take my dick.
Fucking real Creed hours right here, like, Jesus, take my dick.
That'd be fucking awesome, dude. That would be a sweet. We need to write that. I got the guitar.
With arms clasped around my dick, won't you take me higher?
Won't you cut my balls?
Oh, give him a little rub.
Oh my god, dude. Oh man.
I am apologize in advance to anyone who's watching.
If hell
right
is
now.
real, we're going there for sure.
I was already going there. Like this is like mid compared to the shit that I've said.
Yeah, that's facts. They can't find the group chat, man. They can't find the group chat.
Exactly, they can't.
Crazy, man. Fucking crazy. But yeah.
Fucking, I'm glad you had.
What were we talking about? Like.
Well, I'm glad you had a good birthday. Like shit.
Oh yeah, that was the whole. Okay, so then we finished the second show, and then we're driving back. We were gonna Jack. I love Jack to death, but like he's always like pushy, and he's always trying to like convince you to like we should go further. Like he's like, come on, we can just leave in the morning, one more night. Like I'm like, fuck, dude, I want to sleep in my fucking bed. I want to take a fucking shower. My hair is greasy. I'm wearing the same goddamn shirt I sweated in at the last concert. I'm at this next one. I'm sweating. I'm like fucking done, dude. I'm like, but anyway, so we finally
Yeah.
like we drove home that night, sobered up on the drive home, and then I left my car at the shop where he practices, which I was a little iffy about. There were two things I was iffy about those 2 nights. Was me leaving my car in the fucking thing, and in near the shop, right, just like on a random street in the middle of a town that I'm not familiar with. And then the other thing was that we were parked we were parked down the street from the show, but not only did we have my gear, we also had Jack's and Nate's gear. So we had a whole drum kit and two guitars in the back with amps and shit. And like the whole time we were like, fuck, the car is gonna like get robbed. But like, so we check it every time a new band came on to play, we'd like check after every set. And it was fine. It didn't get broken into. That was certainly a huge risk we were running. I can't believe we did that shit. But
Yeah, holy fuck.
yeah, that was not good. But then I finally got home at like 1:15 in the morning, I want to say.
Well, not bad. Not bad.
Yeah, on Saturday clocked out, and then Sunday I kind of took like a chill day. I was like, I think I only had like one drink really, and I gotta tell you, dude, I was telling Dad this, dude. For a long time I've avoided the Cutwater White Russians. Like I've tried their margarita, the lime one, the mango one, the fucking Mai Tai. The Mai Tai is really bussin'.
It
Um,
does. It slaps.
it is fucking good, dude. But and I was like, but the White Russian, I was like, this is like my favorite drink, and I can't like Cutwater is like kind of like the how do I put this? It's a canned cocktail, so like compared to like a real handmade cocktail, it's not going to be as quality. You know what I mean? It's like a lower quality, and so usually I'm like, I know what I'm getting here, but it's a quick like thing I can have.
No, I think like a better comparison that you probably could have made is like if having a real cocktail is like having Coca-Cola at a restaurant, having the Cutwater one is like getting a Pepsi instead because that's all.
Yeah, actually, yeah, it is. It is very much the Pepsi of cocktails. But so anyway, but so I was like, that's what put me off for so long because I was like, I don't want this to fucking ruin my favorite drink or like to tamper with it. But Jack egged me on. I was gonna say edged, but that's not the right word.
Not the right
yeah,
one.
I guess. Anyway, so he egged me on to get it, because he knows it's my favorite drink. And actually, dude, not bad.
Nice.
It's quite creamy. It's got that nice strong tang of the vodka. It's
Creamy.
It surprised me. I was sitting there like, fuck, dude. It felt like it literally was like an alcoholic milkshake. I was like, this is like how a White Russian is supposed to be, dude. And I was like, this is
Fucking
like
hell.
is what they were made for, dude. They were like, it was apparently a very popular drink in the 70s. I don't know why the dude drinks it, but here we are, and now it's my favorite. So here we go.
Well, no,
But,
that makes sense because if it's a popular drink in the 70s, he has the energy of like a flower power like kind of child. So
oh, you're right. Yeah.
yeah, so his energy is like late 60s, early 70s. So yeah, it makes fucking sense because people in the 70s even post like, golden era of hippies, like they were still smoking dope.
Well, yeah,
like,
the 60s were like the golden era of hippies, but there were still hippies in the 70s.
yeah, it just had like a bit of a weird period with Charles Manson killing like 5 people in Hollywood in 1969.
Yeah, that was
and
like
then,
the very end of the 60s, right? So like that set the tone for kind of the next decade, or the vibe of hippies at least. Yeah, they weren't particularly popular at that point, I think.
Yeah, no. And then the 70s had like a weird period, which you can see in cinema at the time of the 70s, where people were going back to traditionalist values like there were in the 50s, but at the same time, there were still reverberations of the counterculture movement still going on. So it had a weird hodgepodge of like, being a good Christian American and then being like what is considered at the time a degenerate, pothead.
Well, yeah, I mean that's how they were. I mean, did you see the Trial of the Chicago 7 movie?
That literally encapsulates the entire fucking 70s to a T, honestly. Like, politically and
Yeah,
socio-economically wise,
it's
yeah.
insane, dude. It was very like it very much made you understand the times at which they were living in. It made you very much understand the situation they were going through, what each side was trying to do. Um, it was great. But anyway, yeah. So like that speaks to the point. Is like it's the hippies were the counterculture lifestyle that the good old Christian value Americans fucking despised. It was like the whole
Yeah.
thing, and it kind of continues to this day to a certain extent.
Well, it's much more extremist now because, like, we have, like, better technology to, like, echo these kind of viewpoints that we have to, like, like-minded individuals, of the same idea. So,
Right, right. So it's like it's these echo chambers that are created. Absolutely. I think that's like why social media has like ruined society as a whole, and on a smaller scale, I think it's like really impacted the dating lifestyle. You know what I mean? Because like at first, people could get introduced to you by just fucking who you are. You know what I mean? Like I was gonna say fucking you, but that's like that phrase would have been like. I mean, I guess they could get to know you by fucking you, but
I mean, there was a lot of sucking and fucking back in the day. I think we all know that.
dude, for like centuries, humans, like before the invention of like radio or television, humans had nothing better to do but to like eat, sleep, and fuck. You know what I mean? And like work,
Literally, like,
obviously, but like,
the ancient fucking Greeks, like, would fuck their best friend as a sign of trust. Like, that's a whole nother fucking level, man.
damn, they were just wow. That was
Yeah.
goddamn. That is flexible, dude. This is very progressive. What was the what were we talking
We
about
were talking
before
about
this?
counterculture in the 70s and, like, sucking and fucking. Oh,
Oh wait, so the social media. So like the only
yeah.
like
There we
I
go. Now
like
we backtracked it.
the
There we
mental
go.
gymnastics I did to get back to that point. So like
She got a gold
so
medal
the
for those
social
mental
media.
gymnastics.
Thank you. The so when like before social media, you could just meet a person and like kind of like get to know you progressively, right? But like now with social media, now that we post ourselves a lot, like people could like look up your Instagram or your Facebook if you still use that for whatever fucking reason. I only have it because like I only use it on two occasions. One to post small life updates for whatever, and then two is for in recent when I get birthday wishes, just so I can respond to those and not be a dick about it. But so anyway, so like we're posting ourselves on social media and stuff, and we're like sharing our lives and showing who we are and stuff, and like or at least a piece of ourselves, right? Like people always argue it's like who you are on social media is not like you. I mean, like yeah, it is very like fake. It's like you're posting. Well, it's not fake. It's like it's probably these authentic moments of joy, but like you're capturing snippets of it, and like the rest of life isn't as nice that way. You know what I mean? It's like that's why like when people look at like good moments, it's always in snapshots. It's not like extended long periods. Not every day is gonna be fucking fantastic. But anyway, so it's like so you present your whole life and you present a part of yourself kind of, and so people get to like kind of study you and review you, and they can make a judgment or an opinion on you based on that. And it's like I think that really has dampened some of the dating scenes, really made it challenging to be in a relationship. I think also what makes it challenging is the connections to our phones, right? So like um, one of the last chicks I was with, like really was just texting me constantly, and on like three different like mediums. It was like Instagram, Snapchat, Messenger, and it's like or iMessage, I should say, and totally different conversations. And I was like, man, I can't ever look at my phone. And it was like a constant like back. As soon as I replied to a text or whatever it might have been, she immediately replied like right after, and like it doesn't give you a break from your phone, and it doesn't give you a break either from that person. So it's the kind of like it's just obsessive, and it's a lot. But maybe that was just one case study for me. Who knows? But I mean, it's just I think social media. I think also it's very much a someone had put this well. It was they called it a war for attention, right? So like every single social media app, they're all starting to look the fucking same because they're all just trying to get you to stay on that one fucking app so they can keep selling you shit. You know what I mean? Like they keep trying to like feed you shit, and that's where they get you into these echo chambers because they're like trying to feed you shit, and they're like, oh, this is like a beta male who wants to be an alpha or whatever the fuck it is. These Andrew Tate stupid motherfuckers.
Oh my god, yeah.
And so like it gets these motherfuckers into these echo chambers where they're selling this idea of like, hey, you're valued or whatever it may be, and it keeps them stuck there, and it gets them into this one dimensional thinking, and it's very unhealthy, and I think it's very much going to be the end of us soon. But anyway, on that note, we've been recording for about an hour, I think. So we're ready to call it?
Yeah, I'm ready to call it, honestly. Like, shit. How do you elevate yourself from that? Fuck. Alright, this is the 9 to 5 boys signing
Clocking out.
Clocking out, exactly. We are clocking out.
Good night.